Hey, it's Biddy Penny. Welcome to my channel. Today I am starting a whole new little mini album slash journal, and this is going to be a only 30 minutes to craft video series. So we will craft and work on this for 30 minutes at a time. I'm just cleaning up this old book cover, which is going to be the cover for this accordion album. And yeah, you can tell I'm either getting a lot of dirt or color, and I think it's probably a little bit of both. I mean, this is a very, very old book. And this may be a step that you don't want to do yourself. This is just a regular baby wipe. So, how it's going to affect this over time, I'm not sure, but I'm not really worried about it either. Like, that's the beauty of it being a junk journal. And I think this will be covered. So I think that's about as clean as I'm going to get this one. So first thing I want to do is cut off the spine. So I'm using this really old little book. And then I have these papers that I recently got in a kit. They're from Photoplay. This one's called Dictionary, and they're just different papers that I got in a Dreams Etc. kit. So you could use any paper that you have. I just wanted to make a fall-ish journal, and I really struggle with neutrals personally. I'm kind of a brights person, mostly, and so I'm trying to adopt neutrals for fall. So I'm not like going crazy with pumpkins and fall themed stuff necessarily. I'm just trying to embrace neutrals for fall this year. And so it's not going to have a bunch of pumpkins or that kind of stuff. But I think it'll be great for fall. So I did go ahead and cut off that spine, which I will keep, and I may even incorporate somewhere into the journal. But this is going to be an accordion journal. I love an accordion journal, and they're so easy to do. So you basically just need two covers. You can make them out of cereal box, you can make them out of anything you want. And then papers. So these papers we're going to have to trim down to fit inside of this book. So I really love pretty much all of them. So I'm going to grab a few here, and this one has tags, so I think I'll maybe keep that one uncut. And this one has some really cool things too. We could use all of these things to decorate the journal later. These could be for pockets or flips, these smaller pieces. We've got Dictionary, Humble, Archive. So this is all Photoplay. Everyday. I can't tell what that says. So, sorry. But this will be, it looks like this will be our journal. So I've got 4 pages, which is more than enough because it's a narrow little journal right here where each page is going to make multiple pages. Plus, when you're working with an accordion, you get both sides, which I love having double-sided paper for that reason, because we don't have to pick a side. We're going to get to see both sides. So the first thing I need to do is cut these down. It looks like these are kind of already perfect. I don't need to cut these. I do need to measure them to see exactly how tall they are. So it looks like they're about 7, just over 7 1/4 I'm going to cut these down even smaller than that. So it looks like all 3 of these have to be cut down smaller. Only that music paper is the right height, really. So I'm going to trim these down. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm really excited about this series. I made, if you missed it, just in case you missed it, I made a mini album in 30 minutes. It was a scrapbook album last month to scrapbook memories, which we have been working on that from a trip that we took. You know what? I better cut these all the same. You don't have to, but I am going to do that for the accordion. For my regular junk journals that are not an accordion journal, I do typically like to have the pages at different heights, but because we're going to be putting these together, it really is probably best to do one height. It's not mandatory, but I'm just feeling like that's what I want to do. So all of these are 7 inches, and I'm going to have to trim this music paper a little bit too to get it down to 7, because it was just over 7 inches. Okay, now we have our pages. That's really all I have to do. I don't need to trim anything off of these edges. Those edges are all fine. Let's bring our book back into the equation. These are going to fit in here really well. Just perfect, actually. Glad we went ahead and went down to 7. Let's pick, I'm probably going to pick music to start the journal off. And let me flip since it is double-sided. That page is nice too. So many great, it's hard to pick. I like them all. But I'm going to go ahead and start with the music page. So this is so easy to do. I do want a good amount of paper here because this is my anchor that's going to anchor all of my pages to the front cover, and then I'll have an anchor on the back cover as well. I'm just going to take and fold it over, okay? So it doesn't, you don't have, this is one of the great things about accordions is you don't really have to measure for this portion of the making. I'm just going to kind of line this up here where I want it to adhere. I can even go ahead and glue it down. I've been trying to think of how I want the closure of this journal. I was trying to think of some different ideas on that aspect. I do really like to have a closure for accordion journals because of the nature of them not having a spine. It's just kind of nice. So I've got my anchor glued down. See? So this is what's going to hold the book together. So now what I'm going to do is come in here and I'm going to just fold this down right here. I am following the end papers. That's what these papers are called inside of a book, is end papers. So I'm just kind of following those. Like I adhered it on this side to the end paper. I'm folding it to this one, and now I'm going to fold this one back. And this is going to be our seam for our next page. So then we just grab the next page. We'll just take this one. And you can decide where you want your end page or your hinge to be. And your hinge can either glue down all the way, or you can make little pockets with your hinge as long as you have enough adhesive to really form your pages together, then it's fine. Let me look at this. Okay, so I'm going to do this so that you can see it as a pocket. I am lining this up. It looks like I got a little bit crooked here. I want to fix that early on. There we go. I got a little crooked, and I'm judging that by my bottom edge here, which means I also kind of need maybe to fix this as well. Just a little bit, not too much. It doesn't have to be exact or precise necessarily. Okay, do I want that there, or do I want this here? Ooh, I do really like that. I think that's what I think I like the music paper folding over. So I'm gonna put glue here. And I am going to put a good amount. We'll just have a small pocket. And then I'm going to put one line down here, and then I'm going to do the same. I'm going to put glue here. By the way, not that it really matters, but this is not dirt under my nail. This is ink that I got stuck under my nail when I was doing a live. And I haven't been able to get it out, even though I've done a ton of dishes and other things. It is still under there, hilariously. Okay. Humorously. All right. So now I'm following that original fold, and I just keep zigging and zagging here. So now you can see this fold is even, this page has even more fold over to it than the original one because it had this part taken out. So basically that's what makes this one a little wider, but that'll make a fabulous pocket. You do have to be mindful of orientation. So basically, at first I was thinking, oh, it'd be really cool to have this like this, but that wouldn't really work because this would be upside down, you see, when you flipped over. So you do have to be mindful of your orientation. If this goes here, what does the back look like? I like that. So now let's make this a big pocket for the back page. Okay. So I'm just going to glue at the top edge. I'll make this pocket a little wider here. And then I want to put a line of glue down here. So there's that. And then this leaves this edge here open so that I can tuck things inside of it. Okay. All right, and now folding this over. In 30 minutes, easily, within 30 minutes, you guys, you can build an accordion journal. They really are fast, perfect project for someone who's just getting started making journals, maybe is a little intimidated by some of the other processes you've seen with stitching and making more complicated like covers and things. It's really not necessary. You don't have to do that. So I'm going to put that pocket on that side. They don't all have to be pockets, but we might as well, is how I'm feeling today. Might as well do it. So I'm going to make this a pocket as well. And what you can do, so you don't get confused, is you can put your hand where you don't want to glue. right? So where my hand is placed right now is where the paper will slide in to this pocket. And so my hand keeps me from gluing there. Very helpful. Okay. And now I'm just going to line this page up with that edge and the top and the bottom. So glad we did pages that are the same height. Again, not necessary, but especially for like for beginners, it would be a good idea. It's just so much easier to line things up rather than things having a different height. Okay. Staying pretty consistent when I fold down my edges to keep everything in a good alignment from top to bottom and side to side. And that is it. We made it through all 4 pages. And now the last thing to do for this portion is just to glue our anchor page here. So I'm not going to make this a pocket. It's unnecessary for me personally, because I'm going to come back and cover these with paper. So I wouldn't be able to use this as a pocket anyways. And again, because this is what binds my book together, I do like it to be really sturdy. So I'm only just going to glue this down. You could also use double-sided tape, whatever you like. Okay, lots of glue. I mean, I am going to put even more glue and more paper on top. So there is that. Okay, here's how you line this up. What you're going to do is you're going to put lots of glue like I did on your hinge. This is your hinge that's going to hinge your paper together. I'm going to line up my back cover to my front cover. I'm not going to think about the paper. The paper's already measured, it's stacked, it's all even. I don't have to worry about the paper. I mean, I want to make sure it's down so that it'll stick here. But other than that, I don't want to worry about it. I just want to line up my covers. Okay, so all I'm doing is making sure that my covers are lining up nicely. Mash it down a bit, burnish it. Okay, and now when I open it, see, it'll be perfectly placed. And my little book is already a book. And if you're concerned, like you don't think this is enough pages, don't worry. You can always tip in more pages. You can add pages as you go, but you have all of these and all of these. This would definitely be enough to record your memories for like a month or so, I would think. Now we still have like 12 minutes left, so let's make our end papers real quick. I'm going to pull in another couple of pieces of paper here. Ooh, I kind of like this one. Yeah, like that. So I'll use that one. And I love this paper. I wonder, yeah, that'll definitely work. This is a scrap. So let me measure with my ruler exactly how big I need this to be. So I need this to be about 7, a little under 7 1/4, 7 2/8, by like 4, a little less than 4 1/2. Okay, well, those are tricky. A little bit tricky, but we got this. It's no big deal. We can do this. So I think 4 3/8 will work. And then was a little under 7¼ I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it for now, and I can always trim off more. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Nice. So I'm going to glue this down. Yeah, it's so funny. Like a week or two ago, I was kind of repelling the idea of working on fall themed stuff. It's amazing what a week will do, and now I'm ready for it. I just wasn't ready then, but I'm feeling more ready now. Let's make one for the back cover. Now, obviously, if you just had scraps and you just wanted to play with your scraps, you could just fill in this area here with a scrap. I think that's pretty. We could do that. Let me eyeball this a little more. Okay. So yeah, I could definitely just fill this in right here. Since this is already pretty and patterned, maybe if this was something you're really attached to, you wouldn't want to cover it up. Well, you don't have to. Y'all, I'm sure y'all do it. Sometimes I flip over a page and I hesitate with the glue. I'm like, uh-oh, I really like that. Oh well, I'm committed now. All right, so, well, just like that, we already have a book. We already have some pockets in the book to play with. We've got 2 pockets, it looks like, on this side. And then if we flip it over, I know there's more seams. Here's a pocket. So 1 pocket on that side. Perfect. 3 built-in pockets ready to go. Love that. While I have this out, and we do still have some time, let's cut out some of this ephemera. And we can put a couple of pieces in the pockets. Like this library tag. It's like a library card, but a tag. Pretty cool. And then we have this thing that says memories. Perfect for a junk journal. And maybe what you could do is just cut out ephemera and things like this, and you know, just put them in a pouch along with your journal, and as you're journaling, you know, you can add things in, or just tuck it all in the pockets and it'll be there for you when you're ready to use a little ephemera to record your memories. I can't wait to hear if y'all have made an accordion journal yet. Maybe after you haven't, but maybe after watching this, you'll give it a try. I hope you will. I'm really not overselling the simplicity of it all. It really is this easy. I thought it was the perfect project for when you know, 30 minutes to craft kind of video and concept. Okay. Ooh, you can make some specimen tags to go with it. That would be really cool. Perfect for like a fall themed. Look at this. We already have so much ephemera from this. Let me cut out a couple more pieces. This would make a great pocket on the front. Let's add this as a pocket on the front. And I want to cut out this butterfly. I think this would be really pretty to go inside of the journal. We have a lot of butterfly plants in our garden, and we have butterflies in our yard right up until the freeze. Of course, we live in Central Texas and it's hot. It's warm and hot, so we have butterflies all through fall. We had butterflies last year until December. So, see, this will make a great little pocket to go up here. Just need to kind of eyeball that. You can put a thumb hole in it. If I can get that loose, there we go. Yay, I'm glad that worked because that punch needs to be replaced. Oh my gosh, I love the yellow tulips on the back of this paper. Perfect. Now we have a little pocket up there too. Then the butterfly can go in here anywhere. Could just put it right at the top of this page. Maybe add in some other paper there. I'll come back in another video and we will decorate this journal some more together. We'll maybe make some ephemera and do some decoration. Just thinking if we make this a tuck, see, then you could tuck in some paper. And so you don't need a ton of pages in your journal because there's a lot of ways to add journaling space. I know a lot of times when people see paper like this, they're like, how am I supposed to write on that? Well, we're not as junk journalers really expecting you to write on that. But you can add things in that give you journaling space. So like in this instance, I just added a tuck spot by just gluing the top. And now I can tuck in paper so that I have a place to journal. And that takes a smaller journal like this that just has a few pages, and it gives you more opportunity. We can put this memories here. How about, let's turn it this way. And that way, when somebody opens it to journal, the memories is at the top of the page. So, you know, just thinking about things like that as I assemble. Could still stamp on this too. I don't think there's time for that in this video, but maybe when we come back and finish working in this little journal, then we could do that. Oh, I love this page. And then see, this is a pocket. So for now, because I'm wrapping it up and our 30 minutes here is just about done, I'm going to use this pocket and I'm going to hold all these little pieces in here and save them for next time when we come back and revisit this little journal. But for now, we did it. 30 minutes, we made a journal. I think it's so lovely. If this is not your thing, you know, if this is not your kind of theme, don't worry about that. Just take the project and make the project in any color of paper, any kind of patterned paper that you like, that you have in your stash. And you can make one of these too. The other fun thing about these that I'll say before I go is that they usually like once you start filling it up, that's my timer, then it stands up really nicely. And it makes a really cool presentation piece. So that's a fun thing too. Well, it's time for me to go. That's the end. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.